Just proud of our team. And we had, after the Alabama-Birmingham game on Friday, Illinois, what you see is what you get. There's really nothing tricky about them. They're going to throw the ball to Kofi. We've always taken pride on how we defend the post, but everybody's different. Kofi, you have to start defending him right inside the three-point line so you don't get buried. But our monsters, which are our post doubles, were really, really good on the sides, and then we tried to front the middle and pressure the ball. I don't know how many points he got. I think the relevant thing is not how many points he had, but how many shots he got. He had 11 shot attempts. That's great defense. But our kids are tough kids. This is a tough program. That's how we've achieved to this point. All of our players buy in, stand on the shoulders of the kids that came before them, and couldn't be more proud. You go into every game with a plan. The plans mean nothing if the players don't believe in it and execute it. I thought our execution today at both ends was really good. We tried to put them in different actions. We were taking advantage of certain matchups we felt like we could win. The story of this game is just our toughness, how hard we play in defense. We defend. We don't always shoot it great, but we're +6 on the boards. We had 15 offensive rebounds, and we held that team to 34%. Usually going to win most of those games.
Questions for the student athletes, please.
Chris Baldwin, Paper City Houston. For all three of the players, what was being part of that post-game celebration like? Coach taking off his shirt and what made this one so emotional for you guys?
Jamal, you want to start with that?
He's an emotional coach. And, when we win and we're happy, he shows it sometimes too. And it's happy. I'm so happy to play for him. It's a joy to play for him. We just love each other so much that when those emotions are high, sometimes we got to let them out.
Tajay?
Most definitely got to let those emotions out, especially the way we work and the way we prepare for things like this and these moments. I mean, it's just an amazing feeling to come out over top and have a W at the end.
Reggie?
It was a good feeling seeing Coach take his shirt off and dance. This is something we've been working towards all year, so it's a great feeling just to let it out.
Brian Smith, Houston Chronicle. Jamal, Coach just talked about the buy-in that he got, and he's spoken this year about how much you have evolved and matured and are a different player this year than we were last year. What's it like being on this team to where you can lose two of your best players and this team only gets tougher and tougher, and this game in many ways brought out the best in this team? I mean, this is kind of who UH basketball is right now.
It's our heart. We don't want to lose, and we want to win for each other. We love each other so much. These guys are like really my brothers. This goes way beyond basketball. We don't want to lose for each other. I don't get this year back with Taze, with Josh, with Kyler, with Fabe. We just want to keep it going as long as we possibly can.
Joseph Duarte, Houston Chronicle. Tajay, it looked like from your standpoint, you took it personal this game. I mean, did you feel like going out there that you sort of wanted to leave your mark?
I can honestly say having these guys behind me, pushing me, I mean, we all wanted this. We all wanted this push, and those guys encouraged me to come out here and play as hard as I can and be the tough, gritty guy that I am just for this team, and I'll do that any day.
Questions for the student athletes? Right over here.
Tajay, what got you going offensively today? Was it things you guys were running, their defense? What really got you going?
Coach Sampson put me in isolations, and usually when I'm in those situations, I usually make a good pass or a good play, and if I can, I just try to play through the situation. But Coach put me in good spots for me to score the ball and make plays, and it just ended up working.
Mike Persek, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Taze, your coach was talking yesterday about your development over this past year. To be on this stage and to be able to produce, 21 points and be kind of an offensive go-to guy there, what does that mean to you? What kind of emotions does that bring out?
It just shows that they believe in me, and I appreciate them more than they ever know it. Just because all those long nights Coach Q worked out with me and Coach Sampson yelling at me, it just shows that he just wants it for all of us. All the coaching staff, they want it for all of us, and they know who they recruit and they know what we can do, and they just try to pull it out of us every day in practice, in the film room, even at 7 a.m. when we have to go through walkthroughs. They just energize the guys, and they just come every day, and it's hard to not be on the same level as them when they come like that every day.
Last question for the student athletes right down here.
Joseph Dykes with Blue Ribbon Basketball. Jamal, guarding Kofi is a team effort. And I was wondering, as a guard, what is it like helping on Kofi and being part of that team construct?
Coach made a lot of emphasis that, the easier that they can get the ball to Kofi, the easier it is for him to score. So, for me personally, just get out and pressure and make it as hard as a pass as it can be. So, my guys like Reggie and Josh, Fabe, and Jaywan don't have to go through so much and put it all on them. It's a team sport. It's a team effort. We just wanted to help them as much as we can.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Good job, guys.
All right, questions for Coach Sampson, please raise your hand. Start back here.
Brooke Pryor, ESPN. Kelvin, the tech that was called on Illinois in that dunk, you guys already had momentum for a lot of the game, but how much did that just keep it with you guys and not let them kind of get back in the game in that moment?
Yeah, I didn't see the play. I was on to something else. Then I looked back and he called a technical. I think I was just so much in the moment. I think that was irrelevant because of our defense. Our defense was so good. One play, a technical foul, had nothing to do with how many stops we were getting and the loose balls we were getting. The way our kids play. Some of you probably haven't seen us play this year, but that's the way these kids practice. So had they not called that a technical foul, it wasn't going to alter the way we played one way or the other.
Kelvin, for those of us have seen you, just Jamal, it doesn't just seem like big moments get to him. He hits those 3 shots when the game's 40-all. Does it ever, that this kid's still a freshman, sophomore, that he's on this big stage? And
no, he's not a sophomore. He's a 19-year-old freshman. But what's the question?
Just the fact that
No.
playing in his first tournament.
No, I mean, I see him every day, obviously. So, but Jamal is extremely smart, high IQ kid. His older sister was his calculus teacher. So he comes from a brilliant family, tremendous mother and father. We have 3 kids on our team already graduated. Fabian has a degree, Josh has a degree, and Taze has a degree. Jamal could get a degree. He's one of those kids that graduate in 3 years. He's so smart. But his basketball IQ is high too. We read a lot of stuff that most of the calls come from the bench. But, you just put certain guys, they're going to highlight Kofi at one end, and we're going to go at him in pick and rolls in the other. Basketball's both ends. Where are their weaknesses? I felt like Jamal could get downhill, and from there he's reading the corner, he's reading the roller, and he's really good at reading. A lot of guards can only read what's in front of them, but they can't read what's behind them or in the opposite corner. Jamal's really good at that. So, and he's had games where he's done that 3 or 4, but he does it when he needs it. We didn't shoot the ball well today. We had so many wide open looks, we just didn't make them. Look at Kyler. Kyler the other night made 6. Today he's 4 for 12, but those 8 shots he missed, I think he took a couple of bad ones, but most of them were open. Fabian had some. We opened the second half with a called play for Fabian for a wide open 3. He missed it. But, you know, our offensive rebounding always gives us a chance to play when we don't make shots. You know, you have to have a contingency plan for winning. You know, you just can't depend on making shots. Because Illinois is a good defensive team. You know, those were two good defensive teams. Those are two good teams. You know, they're a good team. So, but our kids, you know, just they really believe in the culture that we've created here over the years. And, you know, we've lost 4 starters every year for so long. It just seems natural that we have a brand new team this year. You know, last year we started Quentin Grimes, Dejan Giroux, Marcus Sasser, Justin Gorham, and Bryson Gresham. All those guys are gone. We got a brand new bunch. But the culture never changes. And because they're great kids and they're high character kids, they buy in. It's never about them. Our program is always about we and us, and that's what happens when you have great kids.
Last question for Coach back here.
Kelvin, your thoughts on Fabian? Hadn't scored a lot, then he makes an incredible play along the sideline to save to Taze for the layup, and then he hits the big 3, which is basically the final nail in the coffin. Just your thoughts on him.
The 3 didn't matter. The 2 free throws were, though. I think the 2 free throws put us up 12. The game was over when he hit the 3. But the culture play, that's what we call it. Those are culture plays. Whenever we watch film, we do edits. We always end our film sessions with culture plays. And everybody wants to be on the edit. So I'm sure when that play was over, there's 3 guys involved in that play. Somebody made a great effort play on the baseline, threw it to the sideline. Fabian made a great effort play, and next thing you know, Taze's getting a layup. But, you know, that's expected. But it also tells you there's a lot of ways to impact winning other than making a basket. And that describes our team in a nutshell.